Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the V Show. I am your boy, PA Patrick Austin, and as always, we're here to inform you, let you know what's going on at MVSU on the V Show. First, before we get started, I want to thank our partners: Capital City Beverage, Visit Jackson, GNC Mangino Family Stores, Capital City Automotive, MVSU NAA, Muskelly Furniture, and Vogue Home Furnishings. Last week's show, we got, a little bit personal as far as, I want to thank famous Amos Brazen for joining us and giving us his take on why he's so passionate about everything MVSU. And so thank you again, brother. And then, but today, this week's guest is one of our prestigious ones, our very own women's basketball coach, Ashley Walker Johnson, none other. Coach, are you there?
Yes, good evening. How are you?
Doing? Look, as you see it, I'm beating the streets, trying to do what's good for. So forgive me for taking the meeting, and I'm in my car, but I'm actually traveling on university business, trying to do what we can to get ideas and different ways that we can fully fund athletics. Season is right around the corner, and so I know you're busy, and I appreciate you taking time out to meet with us tonight or today.
Of course, not a problem. And I appreciate what it is you're doing. As you see, I'm still in the office. We don't have a 8 to 5, a 9 to 5, a 8 to 6. We don't have that. So it's just, we just keep going just like you. It's day to day, long nights, early mornings.
No doubt. And I want to say this before we get started. As I always say, the topics, the views, the things that we discuss on here is not poking fun or used to criticize. This is all should be used as information. The discussions we have is more of an open forum, and we're looking for sustainable solutions in order for us to fully fund athletics. That's the whole goal. Okay. And so, but I am going to ask some questions because, you've been at MVSU a while, but some people don't really know you. So, Coach, do us a favor and give us a little bit of about the information before you got to MVSU, and then a little bit about your time while you've been at the Valley.
Okay. Well, I have been coaching now 17 years. And I can't believe it's been 17 years. I never, ever dreamt of being at the collegiate level. That wasn't in my plans. I was going to coach high school basketball and be a social science teacher. And none of that transpired. None of that happened. I started out the first 7 years at my JUCO alma mater. I'm a JUCO product. I love JUCO kids. I played JUCO ball. I started there at the school where I played. And I actually was the assistant coach for my assistant coach at the time, Byron Coleman at Angelina College. And I spent 7 years there, 7 wonderful years, great years. You're talking about rolling up your sleeves, doing everything. And I think it just humbles you. I think it allows you to see the ins and outs of every aspect. And for you to have to do things on your own, whether it's compliance, whether it's sweeping the floor, whether it's scheduling, whatever it is, it's just 2 coaches. And it's so hands-on. And I really, really, really enjoyed that. So I was there for 7 years. When I was playing, I want to say maybe my second year, we broke the school record in wins. Well, when I was coaching year 4, we broke that school record in wins with 26 wins. My year, we won 24 games. And so that was amazing. I've coached several academic All-Americans, NJCAA All-Americans, all of that good stuff. Freshman of the year, all of that. So I've had a lot of winning experience, whether I was on the court playing as well as coaching. After that, I had the opportunity to go to South Carolina State in South Carolina, in Orangeburg, South Carolina, and they are in the MEAC. And so I enjoyed that under Coach Doug Robinson. And him, along with Byron Coleman, have been my mentors in this game. And so I had the experience there. And there was my first time being at an HBCU. My junior college was not an HBCU, but there I experienced so much, just the tradition and the history, period, point blank, in our culture in HBCU, that there made me really think back to my choices of going to school, because I played at a PWI, two of them.
Right.
And after my first year at South Carolina State, I said to myself, if I can take back choosing an HBCU over a PWI, I would. Even with the foolery, and I love HBCU, I love us. Even with the foolery, it was just being around people that look like you and the success that comes from that, as well as the tradition, as well as the experiences you experience. And everyone is going to make friendships,
Right.
and friendships are going to turn into family. But I get chills thinking about it. I got chills back then. I still get chills being here at Valley, but the experience is second to none, even with the foolishness. But I was there for 3 years and experienced great winning tradition and great success year one and year three. Year two was a little rocky.
Mhm.
And I can say that with no issue, but we had extreme success year one and year three. So after my time there at South Carolina State, I went to Wiley College and I got the opportunity to be the head women's basketball coach. Again, coaching collegiately, nor being a head coach was a
In your
dream of mine.
cards.
I like
Right.
being in the background. As long as my head coach is successful and I'm doing everything in my power to allow that to happen for him or her, I'm
Right.
good. I didn't want the hot seat because we know what comes with the hot seat.
No doubt.
It's criticism, and we're going to get criticized, but it's just a different seat and everything is on your shoulders. And I like being in the background. I like making my head coach look good. But I loved Wiley College, and I have to thank Dr. Joseph Morale, because without him, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to be at Valley. He gave me my first head coaching job. And not to toot my own horn, but within 2 years,
Right.
I won probably 39 games. So I know how to win. I am a winner. And a lot goes into winning, but I had that experience in South Carolina State prepared me for Wiley. Wiley is a private institution. For those of you that watch The Great Debaters, it was filmed there. Wiley was the team, their debate team that beat Yale, I believe, and Howard on the debate stage. So there's a lot of history
Right.
there. And so I enjoyed that. And then after being at Wiley for 2 years, I had the opportunity to come here. And again, I have to thank Miss Dianthia Fordkey, our AD, because she gave me the opportunity to now be a head coach on the Division I level. Um, so I have enjoyed my entire time coaching. I've enjoyed playing, as well as coaching. So I've had success. I've saw the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. And Wiley College has prepared me for Mississippi Valley State University and everything that comes with it.
Gotcha. Look, and now that you mentioned that we're on the doorstep of basketball season, what can we expect from the Lady Devils,
Well, we have
Devilettes
depth.
this year?
Devilettes, yes, we have
Okay.
depth. And
Yeah.
last year we didn't. And I think COVID affected a lot of teams, more so some than others.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 6 players that entered the portal, which made us have a team of 7 with a walk on, which
Okay.
made 8. So that was
Okay.
difficult when there's no depth. When some of your main players enter the portal, that is difficult. So this year we have depth. Size has been a factor. It's always difficult at times to get a 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". Everyone needs those type of kids. And since I've been here, we have not had a solid kid over 6'1". Well, we have 2 6-footers. We have a freshman and we have a fifth-year transfer, and we're excited about that. I am
Oh man, that's
transparent and
awesome.
honest. We lost. It's great. We lost out on one, but that's what happened. So the one we lost out
Right.
on, she was another 6'1", 6'2" kid. Now we have 3, but we have 2, and we're gonna make it do what we can with those 2. But we have depth at the
Right.
point guard spot. We have depth at the guard spot, and we finally have inside presence that we have not had since I've been here, honestly.
Well, that should be exciting, especially looking forward. You mentioned stuff about depth, and I'm huge on, or people that know that I'm huge on basically being fully funded, so we can have the same kind of roster and the same kind of depth of the competition that we're playing. And so, I always talk about what Coach Dancy is doing is amazing, because when he brings in the subs, a lot of the time that kid is a walk on playing, because he just loves the game and loves Valley. How many scholarships are you operating on right now? Because I misunderstood some things, and I was under the impression that our ladies basketball team was fully funded, but I had a rude awakening. So can you tell me how many scholarships we have?
This year,
Uh-huh.
going into my 5th year, I was able to sign 15 players.
Okay.
So this year 5 for me, I was given the opportunity to sign 15. Now we sit at 14. And again, like I said, I lost a kid, and we're still
Okay.
looking to hopefully bring a kid in during the Christmas break. But in the past, we have not been fully funded. And right now, I was able to sign 14, 15,
Man,
excuse me.
that
So
is
I am happy that I had the opportunity this year to be able to sign 15 players.
Man, that is awesome. So all of those kids are receiving some form of help from the institution.
Yes, one of
Oh
my
man, that's
kids, Ronnie
fantastic.
Williams, she's the only one that is on academic, but she has been on academic scholarship all 4 years. But the rest of my
Okay.
13 players, in some form or fashion, are getting some type of athletic aid period. And so that's exciting
So
because, to be honest, we have not had that. I haven't had the opportunity to sign 15 kids previously. And
wow.
so that's another thing that makes me say, okay, you now are maybe in the same book and maybe even in the same chapter. You may not be on the same page, but at least the book's the
Right.
same and you're in the same chapter.
Coach, you just got me excited, because now I know you look, when you got some tools in the shed, and that you can be able to use, it changes the game drastically.
And
So
they're
this
not
this
rusty
got me
tools.
excited. I can't wait to see. Right, I got you. Now that you mentioned about signing kids, also, we have a beautiful gym, and it basically sells itself. There were some things that I was, as a part of research, me traveling and going to other places, there were some things that I think, and also being at Valley when we didn't have the new gym, and you had folks lined up around the wall almost like it was a big high school deal, and folks on the upper deck. Um, are there some things that you like on the game day atmosphere side that we probably can implement here, or that you would want to push for?
To be honest,
Mm-hmm.
game day has a lot to do with success. I'm just going to be real. We all
Right.
understand that. There's
Mm-hmm.
nobody coming if you're not winning. And
Right.
so
Yep.
we haven't had huge game day as far as anything out and about. What they're doing now for football is huge. When I drive up on campus and it say welcome MVSU football game day, it has the flags, it has the balloons. I enjoy that. I think it allows the players when they come on and off campus to see that they are really celebrating us. Like they are putting into what it is we're doing on Saturdays. They are supporting us. And that little helps because I know that it is a little more difficult here, finances and with certain things, but that doesn't cost too much. So if we can continue what we have now with football, I think things are going to change. And also, things are going to change when you start winning. And that's just the reality of it.
Yes.
I totally get that. I
Mm-hmm.
totally understand. So until our all of our programs, not just women's basketball,
Right.
football,
Right.
men's basketball, softball get back to where they were, volleyball, tennis, all our sports. When we start winning, people will be in the stands, they'll be at the field, they'll be in the gym, they'll be everywhere. So that takes a toll when you're not that successful because people don't want to come out and support. But just having small things out on campus, letting everyone know that it's game day, letting them know the week of that we have
Right.
a
Right.
game on Thursday. That's huge. And I think our kids see that and they see support and it makes them want to play 10 times harder.
Oh, absolutely. And coach, in our off, camera conversations, you mentioned some things as far as, tiny things that you do on your program that I think is unique. I enjoy it. But for the casual fan, they don't know or understand this side of it. Some of the things you do in your locker room is unique. I know you've been taking funding out of your own pocket to do it. And the V Club has to do our part and with assisting in that, and that's why we need the funding. But tell us a little bit about some of the unique things you do as far as the gifts you get for your girls, the nutrition station, because you put a lot of work in outside of just the regular academic encouragement and the coaching on the floor as well.
Most definitely. We want our kids to have the best experience possible. And when you look at other places, there is nutrition table, there is training tables, there are things for them to have. And so for us, my kids chose me. And not only did they choose
Right.
me, they chose Valley. So I'm going to continue to bend over backwards to make sure that their experience is the best one that they can have. And so just as simple as keeping them hydrated, water
Right.
and Gatorade. They come to and from. They come in the gym, and they put up shots not only with us in practice and individual workouts. They come on their own, making sure that they have snacks, healthy snacks throughout the day. Protein for after they lift. It's so much more that goes into training, and a lot of people don't understand that. And for me, whatever it is I have to do, I'm gonna do it because I want my kids to have that same opportunity. I want my kids to be able to walk in the locker room, and whether it's protein bars, whether it's granola bars, whether it's fruit, they love chocolate milk. Like, look here now. They love chocolate milk. They love the crustables and the Go-Gurt.
Oh,
Like,
no
look here.
doubt.
You slow down. But that just gives them a sense of coach cares. And at the end of the day,
Yeah.
that's all our kids want, and I want them to have the best opportunity. So whatever it is I have to do to make sure that they are in line in some form of fashion with everyone else. No, we're not Ole Miss. No, we're not Mississippi State. No, we're not even Southern Miss. But as far as making sure that they have things throughout the day, making sure that after early morning practice, a late practice, that they can go in and get bananas and oranges and apples is crucial, or even throughout the day, making
Right.
sure that they're
Absolutely.
able to roll out with foam rollers, making sure that they have the proper bands, whether it be the big bands, the skinny bands. There's so much more that goes into just scoring a basket. You have to prep for that. You have to put your body in position to go to war, and that's difficult. And we have a very long season. So just making sure that my kids are equipped with everything I can give them, that's most important to me.
And coach, you do a fantastic job. You've done a fantastic job with the resources that you've been given. We look forward to watching our girls this year, or women, young ladies. I don't want to offend anyone with the statement, but we all treat them, because they are kids as far as the way that we take care of them,
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to thank you for your time, coach. And before we close, our viewers, give them a few words and let them know how important their support is to you, MVSU as a whole, and us moving, Valley in the next direction, or in the positive direction and the upward, and their financial support is.
Well, the financial support is always important. And everything that I'm asking for, that I ask for, it's not like I haven't done it myself. And I'll tell everyone that I speak with. More so than that, yes, we have
Right.
to have finances. We understand that. But just coming out and supporting our kids, coming to the games is huge, is crucial. Because when you look up in the stands and it's empty, it can be difficult, and it's already difficult when you play on
Yeah.
the road and maybe not have a lot of fans in the stands. But home games, we
Right.
have struggled in the past. I'm really excited about this group. We have depth at all positions. It's going to be an exciting year, but really just to have you in the stands cheering our kids on, cheering Mississippi Valley State University women's basketball on, means and speaks volumes. Yes, finances are important. If you can't give, that is okay. But being in the stands, allowing my kids to see you, I think is a tad bit more important for them, especially during the game, because it could be a close game. We could get down
Right.
and need that morale from the fans, so all of that is good. But we
So
definitely
you can,
would love the support financially, but just being in the stands and cheering our kids on means the world to them.
being in the stands actually increases the finances for the university, because for you to do certain things, and it signifies what a true home court advantage is. Good luck this year. We'll be there to watch and cheer you on every step of the way.
Most definitely. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you, VClub. We thoroughly enjoy everything that you have done in the past and what it is you're doing moving forward. Thank you so much.
Once again, we want to thank Coach Walker Johnson. I know she's busy preparing for the season. We'll be here to cheer our girls on the full way. Be sure to check out the website, www.mvsuvclub.com. Our partners, Visit Jackson, GNC Family Mangino Stores, Capital City Automotive, MVSU NAA, Muskelly Furniture, Capital City Beverages, and Vogue Home Furnishings. Once again, thank you for tuning in. We need your support. We will get there. And excuses for I'm in the middle of traveling, but it's all for the Valley. See you again next week.